This song is about to end and I don't know what to do. Uh-oh. Oh, faded out myself. Oh, jeez, my mouse. Here, let me loop it one more time. Here, while I still set things up here. Alright. Okay, alright. Tweets out. That's, I guess, all I gotta do. Got my notes. I wish there was a way I can pop out chat. Pop out chat, there we go. Excellent. Close the rest of that then. Waste of space. Man, I don't know where to... I can't, Man, I miss having 3 monitors. Hello, Mark. Hi. Alright, I'm gonna get started here. So I'm going to, gonna be a whole section of the port review making fun of the PC MIDI audio. I have a comparison. It's a, original than the new one. Original than the MIDI. To show you what it would sound like. And then I also there's a bug in the remaster where it's just the landing, it's just on the mission. Only that song, if you save and then exit and then come back in, the song turns into a MIDI version. And it is the only song in the game, it's the only part that does that. Okay, why isn't the thing making... That's why. Alright, this is gonna be loud, so give me a minute to turn it down after it starts. Fuck. I always keep a limiter on my desktop audio because of that. Why is my cursor showing up? Whatever. I know why. There. Oh, that hit the wrong button. I'm still alive, right? What a dummy mistake I made. Hold on. Yeah, I'm still alive. I don't know if my accidental button press broke everything. There. Oh, clear that too. Did Access Games do the FF7 and 9 ports? No. Access Games is totally new to Final Fantasy ports, I believe. I've never seen them mentioned anywhere else. And yeah, so okay, let me... The game's still a little loud. Just making sure I got everything set up. Not my usual streaming setup. Okay, it's recording, it's all good. Now let me send this text and then we're gonna get started. Any predictions for tomorrow's Nintendo Direct? Ooh boy. There's 40 minutes. We can fit anything into that. Shit, I do not have the recording of that yet. I'll have to go back for that. Alright, so, hi everyone. This is gonna be my recording session through the PC version of Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. This is one of the primary versions. This is how I do my footage, right? We'll go ahead and get started. Oh, well, look at this. Look at this. This amount of, like, everything laid out for you. And then you gotta do this because you can't customize this. This is how it is. So, if there's one thing I need, it's where all the, boosters are. Because we're gonna be testing them out and using them to get through this faster. There's one on B. Where are they all? Oh, controller mapping's on F9, okay. Man, I should read more. System menu. Flea battle. Yeah, but that's not like. There's that whole list of like. Let me see. Let me pull up the list here. I have it in my notes. All items, all abilities, max skill, max magic, all limit breaks, all cards. Maybe it's just brought up in a menu. LT and L is system menu. It might be something like that. I see triple triad and GF boost. And that one's like separated from everything else. It's my first JRPG. I think 7 technically was mine. Also in the 90s. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. Please don't reveal anything. Okay. Oh, wow, I did not expect this. So these settings are in the launcher as well before you launch the game, so you get this on top of it. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the regular in-game options as well. Camera rotate speed. And different volume sliders. This stream's gonna be more, you know, personal opinions and everything. I started my main playthrough on Switch, on the Switch version, but, like, I think this PC version has the most, like, if you're considering getting it on PC, you might want to get it on PC, because it's all this on top of potential mods. Did they confirm what cheats all versions have? They have the, okay, they have let me get back to the thing here. They have speed up, L3. They have battle assist, where you have full HP, you always have ATB, and you always have your limit breaks. And then L3 and R3 together is no encounters. Those are the ones the consoles have. PC gets all of the busted stuff, and it is with I firmly believe they do that so that you specifically don't use cheat engine to do all that stuff. I think that is why they always do it, like, why the PC version always comes with that stuff. Because they don't want you to start up cheat engine, because they know you can. Man, it still feels a bit loud. It is. Here, I'll turn it down in OBS. Well, okay, I'm gonna need to wait for the loud part. Excuse me, part. But after I get this audio balance, I'll explain why I'm doing this and this part of the process and then making the video. And this, sorry, this Twitch chat, sorry, YouTube chat. There, I said it's a live chat in case it misses anything, because I don't know how many people are gonna come in. I don't even have a number of viewers, and it's kind of how I like it. Alright. I saw it peak, so I'm gonna, like, I saw where it was peaking. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so when I record for these videos, and I get all the footage of all the games, I record like a couple hours of them straight. I set like a certain point in the game where I would go to, and this is the longest I've done for Final Fantasy VIII, really, because there isn't as many versions as every other game. I go to like almost the end of disc 1. It's like 5-6 hour recordings that I have. And I'm going to try to do as much in this PC recording, because it'll be, you know, this will be, if I have to show any footage of Remastered, it's probably going to be of the PC version. It would ideally be that. What's special about FF8? The junction and draw system. This story is a little different. You know how, like, Final Fantasy is gonna always hit you with, like, radical starts to their games. 9 may not be as good of an example, but think about, like, you know, how the themes that 6 like throws at you right in the beginning. The bombing mission in 7. 15, you open up on fighting a summon. In 8, it starts really calm. After that FMV. It has a tutorial section, and then it picks up, like, you know, the pacing of Final Fantasy VIII is great. I'm getting off topic, sorry. Yeah, it's junction and draw system, and how the story is pretty different from other Final Fantasy stories. Anyways, does anyone know if the Switch version is gimped in any way compared to the others, like lower frame rate or resolution? It's not. I might as well tell you what I know, since I've been going over it. Preview of what's in the video, but it is not 1080p. It's not 720p either, though. It's not like, it is not, you know, as big of a deal, like, I don't think, to see it. But frame rate, though, is interesting, because I was playing the game undocked, and in the open world and in battles, the frame rate does drop. And I was a little surprised by that. Yeah, the Switch version undocked can have frame rate issues. I like the tone, like all of the... Yeah, disc 1 of this game is solid. Damn it. But yeah, this is, I've already recorded all the other consoles. PC's the last version I gotta get. And I have been up for, I haven't slept in longer than I care to admit, but after this session, it's straight to bed. But yeah, it's gonna be a long session of recording. I fucked it up again. Playing through the game twice. Oh, I'm not just playing through the game twice. I played all of Disc 1 on the PSX version. I played all of Disc 1, well, okay, close to it. I played close to all of Disc 1, right up to the end of the PSX version, then the PC version, then Switch Remastered, PS4 Remastered, Xbox One Remastered, and now Steam Remastered. And I do that for every one of the videos. Not like the full Disc 1s, but I played through a good, like, 3 hours at the beginning of the game. This is like the longest I've ever recorded. This is like 5 to 6 hours per console. And I attribute the pacing. I genuinely think, like, I don't know, the pacing of this game's so good. It just keeps going. PC version looked like completely different textures. Perhaps it was the older PC version and not remaster. So that's my process, is always recording the games as many times as possible. The PS3 port. I put the PS1 version in my PS3, so that's it. And we're gonna bust this version open. We're gonna turn on all the cheats as soon as I could find them. Because we gotta get to the goal is to get to everything that can be used visually in the video, as well as reviewing its quality. But, you know, that comes along with it. They, I mean, the NPC model still got updated. I don't know, when I've been going between, you know, that original PC version and this, and the PS1 version, those NPCs look better. That's interesting that it still has the sound option in here, on top of the other one. Okay, frames were dropping on, undock the Switch version drops frames. Anyone remember that? Oh, this. Favorite entry from 6 to 10, it's 9, easy. It's not easy at all, but every time I replay Final Fantasy IX yearly, and I'm like, I love this game. This is my favorite Final Fantasy every time I play it. Alright, here we go. Cheats. All items, all abilities. These do not deactivate trophies, by the way. So we got all these. But what's boosters? Okay, so just these ones. What was the reason Square lost the source code? Number one, what is it? The CEO of Square? He said in an interview where they, I think it was with Game Informer, and he was like, all of them, we're turning all of them on. Get ready. And he was like, yeah, we want to preserve for the future now, but back then we didn't think we would be preserving for the future, so we didn't. And number two, remember where Square was when they were making Final Fantasy VII. That was like make or break. The budget was the game. It wasn't to anything to back it up. And they were back and forth on development too. Oh Jesus, the money. Yeah, there's a video on FF9. Are you guys redacting your own messages, or is something automatically deleting them? Yeah, there's a video on Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, triple triad. I had to I mean, I knew how to play it, but research on the best things with it. Where'd all my... I got all that magic, right? Doom, nice. Oh, man. This isn't fair. Man, I feel dirty. And we have all these items. Oh, well, if I have all these items, then I don't need the magic, because I can just make it right now. Yeah, I don't need the magic. It just said when you enable cheats, it disables achievements? Whoa, really? Did it? Can't turn them on in the menu. Did it say it in the menu? You cannot undo these cheats once applied. You also cannot unlock achievements with this save. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Totally missed it. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me put that as a note, actually. I need to write that down. I'll do my best to keep up with chat, but when I'm keeping up with chat while recording one of these, I'm obviously gonna miss things, so try to catch me on those things. So, PC cheats, disable achievements. For that save file. Cool, cool. Disabling the trophies is a thing for PS4 for 7 and 9. Yeah, because it has those, it has more boosters, those permanent boosters. But this game doesn't have the permanent boosters on console. Oh my god, and we got all the cards too. Man, I don't even know where to go with this shit. Man, I don't... One other thing. So the temporary boosters overlay on the game. On console, they don't. A weird thing. And I write down, like, every detail, and then I sort it out later whether it's worth, like, mentioning or putting in the video. Alright. Cool, okay. So, there's a... When I do these videos, I do a lot of research where I... not just look everything up about the game, but I look into communities all around, and social media, and I see what questions people are asking, what misconceptions there are, and stuff like that, and what, you know, needs answers. Like, what are people looking for? What is the information people want? And when I was doing that for 8, ever since its announcement, it's had an extremely different vibe to it. Can he even give me these 7 cards? Okay. Hold on, my OBS. I need to disable the preview on OBS. Okay. No, the trophies won't be disabled on console for 8 because there are no permanent boosters. Yeah. With Final Fantasy VIII, all of, like, people talking about it on, you know, social media, people weren't, like, up to the release, like, just in the last few weeks, people weren't asking questions as much as they were upset and vocal about changes being made. And it was an extremely different atmosphere around this game. And I believe that's because this is, at this point, I think people know what they're getting with these Square ports and what their expectations were. And also, it's not the first time in a Final Fantasy game that a character's face has changed. People still bitter about that. Companies didn't keep old source code. Film reel acts. Many anime companies, for example, reused and destroyed reels after thinking they would never need the anime cells. Oh, fuck. That explains why Dragon Ball looks like that today. Probably. That's so infuriating. That shit can last so long. Film. And... just the film can last so goddamn long. There's an autosave? What do you mean auto? What? Where's the auto? What does that mean? Hold on. Why is there no autosave on console? Why didn't they tell us this? Why didn't they advertise this? PC version has autosaves. But when does it autosave? Because there was nothing in there right now. Maybe it's when the game closes? Well, now it's too late to game over with where we are. Fuck it, let's go draw magic anyways. Bad storing on shelves. Man. Yeah, because if you look at like the latest, releases of Dragon Ball Z, look terrible. They just like, man, it's rough. That's such a shame. Well, where was I? So there's, and I've had to read through all of this. I read through some, level-headed stuff. But man, there were some takes out there that, like, I couldn't wrap my head around. And also misinformation. And it just gets to me. And I've had to, like, bottle it up as I have to read through it. I have to read through the fucking Steam forums. Where there were two people... hey, what's the Steam ratings looking like right now? There were two people trying to review bomb the game, and they were posting in every single post on the discussion page, being vocal about people review bombing the game. The Steam page isn't loading for me. I just want to see if they were successful in their two-person review bomb. Oh, it's Tuesday. Steam's doing maintenance. All right, never mind. Check in on that later. And I can't stop reading it. I have to know what people are talking about. So I'm just collecting all of these bad takes and trying to sift through, like, what actually matters in the grand scheme of things, or what matters enough. Did you guys know you can skip tutorials? Man, this file's gonna be big. I have like 200 gigabytes for this file, and that's plenty, but... Expected the PC version to crash more often? You're right, you're absolutely right. That is what they did with Final Fantasy X. That's why it has autosaves. I'm just curious if anything's written there yet. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, there's people that say that it should be free, and I'm sorry, it should be at least a discount for people that have bought it, the other version of Final Fantasy VIII on Steam. And you know, other companies have done shit like that. I guess I'm gonna start refining magic since I can. I don't even need draw either. Oh wait, yeah, that. Nice. How's the localization of FF8? I've only really heard complaints about, there's some things that, like, don't read and make sense. But, like, every time Squall says whatever, most of the time he's not supposed to say whatever. This is too easy to get sidetracked, so... Yeah, I just wanted to do a stream where I could, I guess, be more candid and keep my feelings about it out of it. I just want, like, you know, I want to present the information in the main video and let you form your own opinion out of it. And here, I just want to get my opinion out of what's there. I can't keep bias out of it 100%, that's just not how it works. But, you know, I think this isn't a terrible port. I've enjoyed my time after literally playing through the other versions and then arriving at this. It's really nice. I'm not as attached to this game entirely as others are, though. So when I say I'm fine with how, you know, Squall looks and everything, but some people have more attachment to Squall and it matters more to them. But I mean, no doubt he looks different. Yeah, the version of FF8 that was there before was extremely rough, and they wouldn't have had to do all of the work on this one and call it a remaster if it wasn't an admittance of the previous version being in that state it was. It needs mods. Like, you really should mod the previous version. I'm trying to just let me refine here. Refine cards. I can just, I guess I'll just, like, keep all these. Oh man, how many cards should I keep? Oh, look at that, I only have one of these ones. Any takes on which cards I should, where are the Abyss Worms? Let's just do that first. First of all, Abyss Worms, yeah, there they are. I already have 100 windmills, right, because they're already done. There's nothing I can get out of the cards yet. And I can't turn it into anything yet because I don't have the, yeah. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting really far fucking ahead of myself, so let's see. Let's just get this shit. Thunderagas. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. That's how you do it. Oh shit, you can't use it. It'll still help that. That's still a good boost. Does anyone know which magic boosts strength the most? Yeah, this game can be busted wide open. And to some, that is the appeal of it. It can have, I would call it, depth to it. But I mean, it can be broken. It can be broken in a number of ways. But the card game, or not even, you don't even like have to play the card game for the most part because you can turn enemies into cards, and then you can just turn the cards into your magic. Into your items, into your magic. That's probably enough, so fuck it. Firaga, legit? Alright. I did not expect that. So something people I've seen come into an issue with on the PC, or on the remastered, is timing. Same for me. Game's still... Oh, right, it's loud to me. People have, like, input delay issues. And, the battle UI is now 15 FPS. So that's an issue with people in timing on doing Squall's Limit Break. And doing the, a number of things that require, like, a higher FPS UI. I saw a number of people pointing out how... Oh man, which one do I want to see? Nothing. When you look at the ATB bar and you'll see it like, it isn't smooth. That's in every version of the game. That's not a new thing. The ATB bar was in this game was never smooth. It always like, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just watch the ATB meters go up. I need to put GFs on him so I can start. That should be my first thing, is summoning the GFs. And also, because we did this, level doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is not my main save at all. We're literally just getting footage. Playing FF10 on PS3 and the timing for the lightning, oh god, was unforgiving. Seeing a ton of negative ones, oh shit. The review bomb was a success. That's quite the fad that's appeared lately, is review bombing. Right, I need to pull up their I'm hit with so much here, I really don't know what to do. Here, because we don't want to use our tornadoes, and I need to see the summons. Alright, and there's nothing to get from out here, so let's just go. This stream is gonna, like, drag out to 8 hours, but whatever. There's a bunch of, like, here, I had more notes. I wrote down what I wanted to vent about. I love the typeface. I love the changes to the font in this. And I love it because in this version, in FF8, they just gave it a new font. Look at the FF7 font. And it's the same damn font, just getting more filtered over time. Look at the 9 one, it is typical Arial. This font has, like, it's not Arial. It has a little more, like, characterization to it. And it has this really nice drop shadow that's actually really effective in making you see it. I have a degree in graphic design, so that's the kind of shit I care about. But this typeface, there were a few comments on it. I really like the typeface. Like, I wish they did something similar with FF7. They just hit the drawing board and had a new font that fit the style, but, it was a new font. It wasn't the same font, just getting more filtered over time. Anyways, that's fun. To me, that's also a nitpick, so whatever. Mention a lazy remaster, backgrounds 4x3, FMV of 15 FPS, and 30 FPS game. Well, some of those things would be like, really hard to do something about, unfortunately. If they had those, the files for the FMVs, if they had the source images that the backgrounds are from. Now, should they use AI upscaling? Yeah. They should probably look into that. That, like, you know, that would be... If Square's gonna do that, they might want to put, like, more of their own thing into it, rather than taking someone else's tools of AI image upscaling. But I think it's gonna be a worthy investment going in the future. It's FF7, 8, and 9. They really need that. It's either that or repainting them. You know, in Final Fantasy X HD, they repainted the backgrounds. Couldn't tell font difference, yeah. I've been seeing them super close together, so... I was... Alright, so, you know, I can't talk and mash at the same time. Damn it! I put a limiter on literally for Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, so Wikipedia. This is where I read it, and then I saw the interview it came from, so I was like, wow, this is true. So with this game, when this game was localized, right? When they brought the team was localizing it, it was led by Alexander O. Smith for the localization. And, he said in that interview, they had asked for, this isn't going in the video, but I just thought it was a funny story. They were wanted the, you know, the game files from Square, and Square gave them the final game, the release version of the game in Japan, and they were like, alright, well, where's the files? And they were like, oh, we didn't think you needed those. We didn't think you would need those? And I couldn't believe it. I still don't believe that interview. I like legit don't want to believe that interview. And then it later said that because of that, they had to hack the game using Game Sharks. The localization team used Game Sharks for localizing this game. Yeah, if you read the text, like, it's an improvement by all means. Because it wasn't one person. And, you know, it was a team. Like, 7 is when they, like, got their shit together on it. I need to, summon Shiva. Alright, let's do that before I forget. Oops. There. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Ratchet. It's the not made here, like, philosophy. It is a real thing. And that's part of the image upscaling thing and why they likely aren't, like, you know, jumping onto using it. I'm gonna let this play out because it's so goddamn loud. But no, yeah, the localization, they use Game Sharks to, like, you know, and the results paid off, I think. Barring whatever was up with the whatever thing, but It's just that's such a hard story to believe. Like, I still don't, like, feel comfortable like that. Well, Alexander O. Smith is on Twitter. It would take, like, one tweet to ask him if that interview was real. I just think that's a really crazy localization story. Do you guys know the one book? It's a book that is about poor localizations and translations. I see it at every convention I go to. It's always on sale. And I read through it, but I don't pick it up and I don't memorize the title. We're good out here, right? Yeah. I have like 100 potions, don't I? And champs are all maxed out. Oh, well, that's not gonna fly. Hold up. There. Cheats. And we want to, Did that not turn on? No, yeah, it had. Oh, no, it didn't turn on. But I also want to, what is it? GF max level, that's it. Okay, well now we have the magic. Do we? Where is it? Is it on Squall? Oh, it's on Squall. No, it's not. Oh, that just, okay, got it. That just, okay, got it. So, we said Firaga, right? And we have Ifrit, level 100. Huh. That's separate. I should really, like, read and talk better. Damn it. Yeah, okay. So then, we can go to ability. Fire. Flare. I think she can put it on anyways too, so. No, that's lower. We can put it on over here for fun. No, hold on, let me just put these to add to them anyways. Since I now have all these. This is gonna be a mess to keep organized through this whole recording. I may just, like, it may be too much to keep up with all of these boosters. This be book bad translation video games is the book you're talking about. That sounds like it. I'm pretty sure that's it. He had to one-man games and did it well. It was probably the guy did Secret of Mana, right? I'm blanking on his name. Woolsey? I don't know if he did Xenogears. But I know people talk about Woolsey a lot, and they're like signature translations. Carl Masick, wow. Localized all of Xenogears on his own. Or a game like that, okay. What's your recording process like? It is, well, yeah. It is, simply Shadowplay. Shadowplay has, phenomenal quality. And I can, it is just Shadowplay is going right now as I stream. and it is on the, let's see. No, yeah, it's going to the main hard drive I always record to. Which is a separate hard drive. Where am I going? Gotta go get changed. I should dedicate more time to being focused to the game. I'm gonna end up with a lot of unusable footage. Crazy because I stream all the time. And it's the one time I have to do it with more focus. And I can't. Hold on, I have some shots that are of this, because this is such a close-up angle of the model. There, that shot, perfect. I love all the updated models. I'm not partial to how... I don't have a connection to how Squall used to look. Final Fantasy VIII does not mean as much to me as 9 or 7 and 12 do. Hello from France. Hi. So, I don't, you know... I like how Squall looks here. I like how everyone looks in this version. Kingdom Hearts 3D model. Well, there was that, and there were people that, like... You know, he's, more... What is it? You know, his later appearances, it's inspired by, like, his Dissidia appearances. I know people are just saying it, but, like, people throwing out it's a model ripped from Dissidia on PSP. Well, look at the model. It's not a fucking rip. It's heavily inspired, but Laguna and Squall are not model rips. For Xenogears, it was Richard Honeywood. Now we have that clarity. What else did he do outside of Xenogears? That's a long-ass game, though. And, like, part of the reason I really like them is more of my exposure has been never to Final Fantasy VIII on a CRT. I always saw a modern display. The first version I played of it was the PC version. Saw that. And those models just don't hold up. Those original models. Yeah, I used the speed up before, but I want to avoid it here in recording the PC version, because I'm going to primarily use this version for footage over the other versions, because it will look the best. So it will, you know, be the definitive example of what the remastered version looks like. So I don't want to end up speeding through footage that I might use. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean, Ace, you're right. Yep, yep. Global Localization Manager for World of Warcraft, that's a lot. I think, like, my list is not organized at all. Oh, geez, Sid. Sid, you've seen better days, man. I think they could have just, like, covered that up with the model. Just, like, put the model over it as best they could. Like, I don't know. He's part of the background image. That car looks so nice because it stands out next to the backgrounds. which was the next thing was, man, these backgrounds. They, you know what they did was they tried to hide the pixelization of them, because if you were seeing these nice models on pixelated backgrounds, it would probably look worse than the blurriness of them right now, and that's the unfortunate truth. So the bilinear filtering of them is cost efficient, you know, but it's not the best result. I would push for AI upscaling, and I wouldn't push for other HD mods. There's a lot of HD mods for this game, but I really only care about AI upscaling because it completely preserves the original art style. Now, on top of these models, if you guys didn't know, they brought, oh man, I feel bad that I don't remember anyone else's name besides Nomura. But the original, you know, designer, Nomura, the modeler, and there was one other person that was a part of the original FF8 project. They brought him back for this. These model designs and how they're modeled by the same person that did them originally. It is approved to the original artist's intent. All the changes that are in this version. In the Switch version, these buttons are reversed. Both A, B, X, and Y. Specifically for driving and for the train segment. It's really annoying in the train segment. But in the Switch version, it is the top, you know, it's the top face button. And it's the top face button to move. And then the reverse one to get out. So weird. I'm gonna, next moment I can, I'm gonna turn the game down on my end because it's talking over me, or like it's louder than me. Oh wait, I can do that in the, out there, here. Master volume. That's probably good enough. Okay, now let me turn it back up in OBS. 3D models don't match up with the 2D backgrounds, unlike RE2 and RE3 on PC. Yeah, the, yeah, if, that's why I think, like, even if it was, like, I think if they were just higher quality backgrounds, I don't know, they would work better. I wouldn't be asking for them to match as well. They've like, I don't know, people already have a lot of opinions about how Squall's different, you know, head changes his tone and how people look at him. I still see him as the same Squall, so, you know, but I can't, you know, like, people say that, so I get it to a certain degree, but there's just also people who can have a different perception of the tone of the game than me. Like the Metroid Prime video recently, thank you. I appreciate that. So there's the HD mods, like texture mods people do, or like even models people have done. I think most of them, the majority of them, change way too much. I'm not a big fan of most of them. And it's like that with every game. But people recommend them, people download them all the time and use them, and you know, just play through with them. So it's like, it's an option. I don't like it because of how much it changes, but it's definitely something people are into. I don't like music mods either. I remember, I'm pretty sure it was Uematsu who was looking back on the remixes they had done for FF10, and they were like, they were fine how they were. They didn't need changing. Though the only thing that really annoyed me about FF10's new soundtrack was that it screwed up the syncing in that one part in the beginning. When you first hear the battle theme in FF10, and in the HD version it's not synced up to what's going on anymore, that's such a powerful moment, it's just gone. Richard Honeywood also created the accent converter for Chrono Cross. That sounds like something I have actually heard before. I feel like I've heard about that. But yeah, people play how they want. It's, you do you. You know, if you like mods, more power to you. Get what you can. There is a community around it. There would not be a community around all those mods if there wasn't, you know, people that loved them and felt that they made the game better. So, it be what it be. Oh, you guys want to hear the MIDI version? You guys want to hear the MIDI version of this track? Well, actually, I haven't heard this I haven't heard the real version because I've been doing the bug. I've been replicating the glitch like 3 times now, so I kind of want to hear the actual theme. The MIDI music gives me a fucking headache. But all you have to do is, you can save right here. You exit the game and load back in, and when you load back in, it's just the MIDI version. And it is only this track, and it's only for this part of the game. If you go to like Final Fantasy subreddit, it's there. Someone posted it. There's a Twitch clip of someone that came across it on accident. If anyone's following Alex Donaldson on Twitter, he retweeted it. But yeah, I didn't get back to the input delay. I kind of got lost on that, but it feels like this version has an inherent input delay, and that's why people have some different timing with like the gunblade and everything, because a lot of people are saying it. And I played the PS3 version. I played the PS3 version on a TV. Have you tried other save points? I did, yeah, they don't do it. Maybe there could be other parts in the game that do it. But then I played on, I played the normal PC version on my, you know, 144 hertz monitor. There was an incredible difference in how menus worked. And that's even from, the PC version was already 15 FPS menus, but there was way less input delay. I don't feel confident enough into that to like, you know, present it more in the video. Or like, you know, I would have to put more research into that. But I feel there is definitely an input delay difference between the remaster and the previous versions. And it just takes some getting used to. And since I played on a normal TV anyways, I was already playing the original version with input delay. Because, you know, it's a LCD TV, it's not a CRT, it has input delay. I wait until I hear like the first like sound of Squall's blade, and then I press it right after. No, it's here, let me reaffirm it. Oh, you guys can't see the Steam overlay. No, fights are 15 FPS. Fights and UI are 15 FPS. In the PlayStation 1 version, the fights are 15 FPS, but the UI is 60. No, I am literally looking at the Steam FPS counter. Fights are 15 and menus are 30. No, both are 15. When you're in the field like this, it's 30. When you're in the open world, it's 30. When you pause the game and are in a menu, it's 60. When you're in a fight, the fight itself and the UI are 15. As soon as we have a moment, I need to text. Yeah, especially for a game that has, you know, like tight... They're not the tightest inputs, but, you know, this game requires your precise inputs. Was the original 15? Yes. The UI was 60. But the battle itself was 15. Oh, I muted the sounds. I'm checking my notes to double check myself. Yes, battles were always 15. In every version of Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, my notes. It's just that the UI in the original was 60. The menu is 30 during the fight. No, it never is. Let's see. Yeah, and then when there was the discount thing, there are plenty of other games that have done like discounts. And yeah, I already addressed that. A lot of people were bothered by all the cheats they added. And like I said when I started, I think the only reason the PC version has so many damn boosters is because they don't want you to use cheat engine. I think that's really it. Okay, let me pause for a sec to text. Just one moment. I wish there was music now. Okay, there. So I don't mind it. You know, when I was playing Final Fantasy IX, even when I'm playing this, when I was playing this casually, when I'm playing through the Switch version, there's a lot of moments that it occurs to you, it's like, it would be really nice to, you know, speed the game up right now. And it's like, well, now you can. There was a lot in Final Fantasy IX. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, you're not forced to use them. There are people that, you know, stand to benefit from them. Especially if you're an adult and you just don't have as much time to put into the game. But, you know, you still want to play an RPG. And it's not like FF8 is a hard game once you figure it out. You know, that's the trick of it, is figuring it out. And I like that in the console version they don't give you a cheat for max damage. So you still have to do something in like figuring out the system. But you know, once you figure out that system and how cards play into it too, then the sky's the limit, basically. But yeah, I never minded cheats in any of these ports. There are people that are really, like, you know, stuck up about it. Like, legit, you shouldn't even be allowed to play the game if you were going to cheat. You are playing it wrong, and I can't get behind that. I can't get behind the idea of telling other people, enforcing how other people play. I can't get behind that. Like, if you want to use them, you can. If you don't, that's great. Don't understand why the games don't run at 60 or 144. It's locked or something, or the source code can't be changed. You're right, because they don't have the original source code. They are working off the PC port of the game, where everything in the engine is like baked at its frame rates too. And it's part of like something with the PlayStation, like hardware that was able to make the UI a different frame rate. There's no excuse they can't do it now. I think they could like put some time into changing the UI frame rate at least, but there's I have read like something that technically explained why FF7 was able to have a different frame rate between its UI and its visuals. It's just long and time consuming. It can be, yeah. And especially if you want a 100%, well, some of those, you know, boosters are going to help you do that. But yeah, so there are, you know, some games that are like baked at certain frame rates because they're intending that game, they're optimizing that game for a console where it's never going to run at a higher frame rate, and they could optimize the game by keeping it at the lower frame rate. Like there are certain animations in Grand Theft Auto 5 that are, if you play on PC where it's uncapped, those animations are baked at 30 FPS. Like, that game had animations that were, like, baked at 30 FPS because it was optimizing them for the consoles they originally released on. No, the music is the original PSX version. So it's, there is, if you guys haven't heard of this, there's a project called Open 8. Open 8 is, it is Final Fantasy VIII's, like, engine written from scratch, and it has uncapped frame rates. So to give you an idea of what is necessary to have this game run, if this game were to run at an uncapped frame rate, yeah, it would have to be made from scratch. They would have to recreate the game from scratch. So it's a tremendous amount of work. But as, yeah, it really raised my expectations of Square when the president had said in interview that what they want to do is they want these ports of these Final Fantasy games to be the eventual replacement, like be the definitive versions of them. But they have a ways to go in some aspects, you know? Like, Like they wanna get there, but it's really a shame that Square was like how they were back in the day with their source data. Man, can you every time I would like look at Final Fantasy IX as console ports, and it's like, man, what could have been? Like the first PC Halo port run at unlimited frame rate, but all the Xbox animations are made at 30. Yeah. And then there's some games like Okami. Okami released on PC, it's still 30 FPS. Because it is optimized and made at it. Yeah, Xenoblade, you need a 60 FPS cheat for it. And then you still have to like fuck with the emulator and everything. It almost allows for it. Is there something like Maguri mod for FF8? I'm not actually entirely sure, because most of the projects I've seen have been HD textures. They haven't been AI upscaling. FF7 has Remako, but honestly, I had like a lot of frustration trying to install FF7 mods. I was like, I'm still like trying to get through FF7 on Switch. That's my primary version as of late. And you know, I can live with it. But yeah, no, I don't know if there's a Maguri mod equivalent. Zepilot put a lot of goddamn work into Maguri mod. If you guys, on the website, he has like a little flip book that goes over the entire process. Like, it's work, man. Even for one person, impressive shit. Have I been moving my saves? Okay, I have. I have to save like that in case I ever need to go back to a certain point for recording purposes. Portability is cool. Yeah, portability is always a great feature. That's what I pay attention to, right? When I look at communities, you know, people generally think like, okay, I want to play for achievements. I'm gonna get it on Xbox or PS4. I want the portability. I'm gonna get it on Switch. And generally, that's enough criteria, you know? You don't have to, like, see the issues, like, the game's 8 directional moves. You know, that's not as inhibiting. I don't like it. In fact, I think if there was one thing I could have changed in all of these ports, it would be analog movement. I really, really badly want analog movement. And I'm so glad there's a mod for it in FF9. But yeah. I'm sorry, what was my point? Man, I go on tangents. I don't want to know how long I've been streaming for. I really don't want to know because we're only up to this part. At the next text box, I should stop the Shadowplay recording and start a new one. I also wasn't looking. In every other version of the remastered, when this FMV starts, the characters disappear for a sec. And I'm not sure how many versions of the game have that. FF7, 789 have a PSN version of the PS1 game. Is it being playable on Vita? Yeah, that's all the PS1 versions, yeah. Reviewing community mods and texture packs. It would, like, if I wasn't so jaded on them, I love like looking at like projects like the Metroid Prime one. Like how much the keyboard and mouse mod adds to Metroid Prime. But I'm just like, I think I'm a little too jaded on like texture packs. Community mods though, like it depends on like the scope of those projects. Like where I feel this mod is so game changing, I want to share it with people, and that was the mindset behind the Metroid Prime one. And it was such a small project too. I'm like, more people need to see this. More people I know want this. I can't be the only one. Yeah, that's a thing for a lot of Switch games, you have to trade off the portability for a little worse looking version of the games. And that keeps happening, and it's yeah, it sucks in that situation if you don't like it. FF7 translation project, yeah. The next time I do an FF7 playthrough, after my Switch one, I would want to do something like that. Well, I'm probably gonna play through at least the Midgar portion for when Remake comes out. I don't know what kind of video I would do for FF7 Remake. But I'm excited to like think about like, I don't know. That would be really hard though to even like draw comparisons because it's so different. And look at how much like the community can look at and find things like. Yeah, I actually, some of the things that like people have found in more FF7 stuff were spoilers, so I won't talk about that, but yeah. It was a really cool mod for possibilities with gyroscope controls if you use a Switch controller or PS4 Pro. For which game? I like gyroscope aiming. I love how much damage Squall does. Shit, a draw. Draw. I forgot that in the PS4 footage. I forgot that when I was doing the PS4 version. I forgot to draw Siren. So, I can't use the PS4 version to show Siren. Have I gotten any more summons? Oh, right, let's summon Ifrit. I didn't junction Ifrit to anyone at all. In fact, I didn't do anything since, since Cypher left the party. I really, when I'm going through the game, I think, when I'm doing the main playthrough, I'm thinking I need the cutscenes. The cutscenes in this are the priority. I can go back at any point to quickly grab... It would take like a minute for me to get any of the summon footage and anything. So I always save that for like later. Siren's model... Yeah, she was, you know, naked, and they decided to cover her up. Wait, I think it was like... You know, when I think of it, they were like, they have to remake the model from scratch anyways, and they're like, you know, let's, you know, while we're doing this, let's just cover it up. Sorry for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I am. I don't mean to plug, and feel free to ignore me, but on twitch.tv/GoToBedCast, we restream most of those things. It's on YouTube though. Go to Bedcast on YouTube. But yeah, if anyone's interested, no big deal if not. 3 different resolution of textures. The background sky, the characters, and the buildings. Yeah, it's layered. Yeah, you're right. It has the skybox, it has the background itself, and then the characters. It's layered like that, yeah. Sometimes more obvious than others. I'm on a timer, but you know, now's a better time than any to junction, you know. No, don't do that. Oh wow, that's awesome. Oh, we need to max out Siren too. Here, let's back out this, cheats, this again. Yes. Can I defeat the mech coming up? Maybe. Oh shit, Quistis has magic too. Give that the... Who did she have? I think I'll put it on Zell. What is Squall's attack? Well, he has that weapon. Hold on, let me do that. Let me do that again so that it updates for everyone. Just hit it all again. Just do it. There. That was a long Twain? Chain of tweets that popped up. Okay, so I want... Yeah, Zell's fine. Squall... should be fine. I really should have done this earlier or something. Damn it, Quistis. There. Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, and she has no magic at all. A good magic for... Magic, those are 2 here. Oh, man. Poor Selfie. If we weren't timed right now, I'd give her something better. Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay. Don't keep their HP low. I'm not keeping their HP low because limit breaks are too slow. Alright, yeah, I'm really excited for the Nintendo Direct. You know what's weird is I had so many, oh yeah. I had so many issues with my Joy-Cons, and then lately, they stopped having issues. By the way, I'm about to do a summon, so it's probably gonna be loud. Just a heads up. Does the music sound different? Something's different about the music right now. You guys hear it? Man, I don't care about getting that. You can defeat him in second encounter? Okay, so I'll just wait till he's paralyzed here. Right now, just let me get the footage of the summons. Oh, never mind. Find a PC mod for RE4. Actually, I feel like I've heard of one. Oh wow, that was close. Might be a different boss tune. No, I've gone through that segment enough times. I would have like picked up on that earlier if that was the case. I don't know. Poor Selfie. Look at Selfie's HP. Does she do damage though? Gotta go. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Ace. Really appreciate it. Switch like and have the Joy-Con issues when they're built in. I know Ace left, but I hope not. No, yeah, I was having those Joy-Con issues for the longest time, and they suddenly vanished. I didn't even get to send them in yet, because Nintendo lets you send them in now. Nintendo is like, yeah, if you have Joy-Con issues, just send them in to us, we'll fix them. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that shortly, because everyone else is probably gonna do them right away. Let your guardian force the selfie. Whoops. I mean, we're doing enough damage. Zell over there is doing 5,000. If you have the original on PC already, do you think it's worth getting this over modding the existing version? There are some changes that are in this version that are not in the, I don't think are modded in the previous version. I don't know if they fixed the music resetting. Or the fact that you can't use triggers in the older version. Button mapping is all wonky in that version. Button prompts, I don't know if they fixed button prompts. When it says it's repairing itself, is it legit healing, or should I keep going? Because we can keep going. At the very least, I would wait for this version to go on sale. This, I know Square, like, this is why I never bring up the prices in the videos, because Square just puts their games on sale not too long after they release. This game, keep going, got it. You could pre-order FF8 Remaster on GMG? Yeah, Green Man Gaming for 16 bucks. It's actually healing, but he has limits to healing. You know, it would probably, with how much damage they do, With how much damage Squall and Zell do, I probably shouldn't be using the summons with them. But I mean, if anyone couldn't tell, I am hardly focused on the game because I'm trying to talk and communicate as much. Oh, it only heals for a few hundred? Okay. That's okay. You know what's a... I'll wait till Shiva's done. You know what's a really common complaint? Hey, can I turn the... Oh wait, did we do it? Nice. Power wrist, already at 100. Hey, but our seed ranking went up. So, hold on. Game options. System. Turn it down even more. Yeah, this game, like, you know, after 7, they really stepped up their animations. They were more familiar with their tools, which is something I forgot to mention earlier about, like, you know, them adjusting the frame rates in these games. They said, I believe, I forget, this was quoted when they were doing Secret of Mana. They don't have anyone left at Square that knows how that shit worked. There is no one left there that has used those tools. So that adds an extra step of difficulty to any sort of work with them, you know? I think that was with the mobile port, in some interview with the mobile port. It's stressful. Yeah, it's... I mean, it's right now it's more about like streaming at the same time. But I mean, this was such a special occasion. I really had to speak. Cuz usually it's just focus on what I'm doing. I think back to how in the opening of 9, God, the random encounters in this game are crazy, and you know, I know why they never adjusted the random encounters, because you can change them in-game anyways. But man, this game's encounter rate is some bullshit. If at anything, it's for the slow camera at the start. But anyways, in 9, I think back to how, like, in the beginning of the game, you just see, like, Puck take the ladder up the church, up the bell, and it's like that sequence right there has a lot more animation than like 2 discs of Final Fantasy VII. I wonder, like, I always wonder too, like, with 7, they made the choice of going with the chibi looking characters, you know? That was an intentional choice. But like, what factor was like their newfound knowledge of those tools and everything? Oh shit, we're not gonna see this FMV. Well, I have the Xbox One version at least. So if I do decide to compare it, I have that footage. Give me a drink. I have one here. Oh man, I haven't It's been sitting here the whole time. Hold on, there's a dog at my door. The dog has entered the building. It probably would be, like I said when I started, it would probably be best for this to go on as long as possible. So that when I collapse into bed, it's at a reasonable time. That transition shit bothers me in this version, and it's in the PC version. But some of the cuts are just really abrupt. And it's in place of, in the PlayStation version, it was really slow fade outs, and in this version, it's nothing. It's usually when it goes from, like, a town into the open world, that's usually when it is. There is just no transition. It's so annoying. Oh, okay, I got totally sidetracked from this, but one of the really common complaints I saw about people that were coming back to 8 Remastered from the PS1 version, who didn't know that Rumble vanished in the PC version, and they were asking, well, where's the Rumble? But yeah, Rumble was taken out of the game during the first PC version, and a lot of people missed it. I think it makes sense. Yeah, for this game it made sense with the Rumble, so I could see why so many people have brought it up. I wonder if they're up for reprogramming it. But while they're at it, can they reprogram the analog movement? But yeah, I think I am gonna see right now. Oh shit, I never stopped the Shadowplay recording. Okay, there, I just stopped it. Fuck me, how long have I been streaming? Oh, an hour 45 minutes. Oh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Man, I was afraid to look. I thought I was going for like 3 hours already. I mean, the two other things I thought about were like about the game itself and not about the port, but I mean, yeah, I'm not like the biggest FF8 fan because I hold like 9 and 7 so more dearly. And I haven't been more familiar with the system and how it works until now. I don't have anything like terrible to say about it, but I'm not going to. I'm not as eager to vent about the game itself. And someone look off about his field model. Maybe it's just me. You know, I have Flux on. I think Flux I haven't seen Cloud Squall's overworld model since before Flux turned on, but now Flux is turned on and it changed the colors of his outfit. Let me catch up here on chat. 38%? Oh my god. That is review bombing. Like, I hate just straight out like downplay its criticisms, but I don't know, when the game came out last night and I was looking at Twitter and it was trending Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, there were so many happy people hopping back in. I thought it was crazy, you know? And it's a big deal for Final Fantasy VIII. Like, it hasn't seen a re-release in like in 6 years, and it hasn't seen a console re-release in even longer. Like, it's a big deal to people that like never played the PC version. Because every other Final Fantasy, or like 7 and 9, you know, those got released over time. This was such a big deal for 8. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, Tekken 3 had cutscenes. I'm going to, since it's been brought up, no, I'm thankful no one has like tried to really push it on me. But since it's been brought up with like the censorship, I talked about the beginning, my idea is to present things and let people like determine what they're seeing. So what I want to do is I want to have a before and after montage where it's showing every Guardian Force before and after. It's going to show most of them at least. And same with the characters. I want like people to, you know, look at it and see what they say. And it's how I feel that it's not really like they were just updated. I personally think they were just updated. I mean, Siren is a little different though, because, you know, that, well, okay, she was naked, they covered her up. That's like a, you know, definition, that's textbook it. I don't think it aligns exactly with what everyone wants to apply the connotations to it with. But she was just naked. And there's plenty of interpretations of that. And drawing like commentary from what Square is thinking. I'm not as like concerned with that in all honesty. It's not in, you know, I'm not gonna die on that hill. It doesn't really matter to me. But that's no reason for me not to, you know, offer it. Like, I feel like if I was trying to omit that in the video, I'm gonna show the comparisons between all of them, every character, every GF that I can, reasonably. Because I can't, I'm going up to Irvine. I'm not going past Irvine. Censoring summons is basically going back to earlier FF levels of censorship, yeah. I always think, like, when you scan, you can't look up Selfie's skirt. In the original version of this game, and not even in Japanese you could do that. So it's like, you know, shit like always had that, you know, this game already had shit like that. Yeah, you're gonna see the GF for a few seconds during summoning. And who's really gonna summon Siren, besides for footage comparison? Where am I going? Oh, right. So but yeah, there's, I read a lot about it, so I've seen what everyone's thinking. And it's like, you know, it's a lot of things. This goes for a lot of the things that are like, that people see wrong or right in these ports. Certain things can either be, you know, deal breakers, or they can just be nitpicks. It all matters to different people. I'm sure there's people that don't mind the lack of analog control. I saw some people that didn't even, that were saying the original game didn't have analog control. But it does. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't, the things I care about don't matter to other people either, but it's there. Yeah, it's people pointed out more for like a principle thing. So, but it's really, it's not a simple situation, and I don't want to get a headache over it. from my position, just show what it is, show all the model upgrades, show all the changes they made, and draw from it what you want. Take your stance on it, because I'm not gonna stop you. Some people won't give a shit, some people won't buy it. You do you. I need another sip, hold on. And then that goes for a lot of other factors. Like Squall's face, so those like changes like there. I like that commentary Sid gives to the NPC. Do your best even if you don't stand out. But yeah, at the same time, I also can't pretend that there isn't, like, you know, I'm human. There's inevitable ways of a bias working its way in. And when I look back at the older videos, I injected plenty of, like, opinion into them. But that didn't stop anyone from drawing their own opinions from it, you know? I said the FF7 ports were fine as far as, like, my expectations were. People don't like them. Talent B. There are people that are perfectly fine with FF9 on Switch. I didn't even buy it, and I still haven't. I can't, and I like, that's like, I can't stand those backgrounds in FF9. Looking at FF9's backgrounds legitimately gives me a headache. Like, I just straight up can't, like, my eyes hurt after playing it, and it's really a fucking shame, because as I'm playing this, I'm getting the craving to play FF9 again. Keep up the amazing work. I will try. Thank you. It's like, it hasn't even been a full year since my last 2 playthroughs. Hey. Who's ready for the party? I did see, though, that, like, with, I looked at, you know, the files for Steam version of FF8 Remaster, and they're encrypted now. They're in a file. So, you know, someone's gonna have to open them up, and we'll see how difficult it is to mod it. Bought the game for the HD summons. Oh, there you go. So, see, it'd be like that, you know? Yeah, that's like, going back to it real quick, just if they want to continue, if the CEO of Square vehemently believes that he wants these versions of the games to become the definitive, always available versions, they gotta do something about these backgrounds. But it's gonna take time. It's unfortunately not a swift situation. Yeah, and it's like, it's confusing, like, conflating why they don't care with, against, like, why you're concerned. I think there are, you know, certainly I've been hearing about it. Boy howdy have I been hearing about the censorship. Wasn't from the review bombing, but it's just like, fuck, review bombing shit. It's such a fad right now. Yeah, the AI mods. We talked about why it's like a hesitant situation for Japan earlier in the stream. So I've said my word. I got a lot out of my system. So glad I did this stream. Got most of it out of my system. I'm not stopping until we get to Irvine, at least. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna stop. But yeah. If you want a more concise like video of what pertains to the topic of Square opting to use AI enhanced backgrounds, a concise video that relates to it is one by Maximilian dude, who was talking about why don't Japanese developers of Japanese fighting game developers use rollback netcode that's designed by people in the West, and a lot like that is kind of relevant to probably why Square doesn't use the AI technology. Oddly enough, though, that didn't stop them from using Ali's driver. Did you guys know that FF8 also uses it? The Steam version did. I'm not sure if like Square itself was aware, though. That might have been the outsourced team that opted to use it. Remember when the PlayStation Classic, you know, the PlayStation Classic is an open source emulator. I forget which one it is. Not the best one they could have used, but yeah, the PlayStation Classic's an open source emulator. And also, Sony got a lot of shit for that. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's another thing is like, simple language barrier or just listening to, you know, like we're a massive audience for them, but they aren't like, what's the word, obligated to hear us out. We're gonna go beat up a dinosaur, a T-Rex. And I think I gotta switch around everything again. Well, if it's just two of us, I can just take Zell's stuff and put it on her. So, okay, I didn't realize that there was a way to skip the tutorials until the remaster. Does anyone... I'm going to start it up later and double check, but does anyone know if you can skip the tutorials in the original game? I'm gonna double check it later. But does anyone know? I was watching a stream of the remaster. The dude knew the game extremely well. And he didn't know that you could skip it. But he did know that you could hold A to go through the dialogue. Would PETA protect dinos too, technically? Oh man, I don't want to think like, have they with Yoshi? With a fictional dinosaur? I think they have. I think they legit have. So yes, they would not just protect. I feel like it feels so familiar. I don't know, just Mario PETA game is something that I see exists. Yeah, and then there's that topic of like what you're saying, like even outside of reviews, but like if people have an issue with something, they should reasonably speak up about it within limitations to, you know, certain behavior, but generally, I'm trying to think of an example. Protected Pokemon, yeah. They did, yeah. It was always there. Okay, thank you. I will double check, but I will not write it down at all. I won't write it down. This is one of the better scenes with the new models, especially with squalls. This is one I gotta use for a comparison. I might even like that the thumbnail I'm using for this stream was just like I just did that real quick. I'm not sure if that'll be the final thumbnail. Because when he turns around here, it's also a really good like shot to do. I need to see if it's more direct head on when he turns around. It should really be conveyed that in the PC version and in the PSX version, his face was not evenly modeled. Yeah, that's such like a standard position for Squall that might be like perfect for the thumbnail. Yeah, they're... It confused me at first too. With Quistis and Squall. Salty because I bought the old Steam version 1 month before they announced the remaster. Well, for the sake of the video, I bought it right after they announced it. On Steam, I had like 7 and 8 on like Square Enix accounts like before. But I needed the Steam ones. And then I already... FF8 is extremely cheap. If you like go to GameStop's website, that shit was like less than $5, I think. Pay shipping. There are some GameStops. In GameStop's last attempt, you know, before it goes into bankruptcy, they're adding retro sections to some of their stores. I wish the one near here was doing that. That'd be so awesome to have a larger retro location to go to than the one mom and pop shop we have. Albeit they get shit done. I had gone to that place to ask if they could get a hold of a Dreamcast model 1 or whatever, the 0, the one you can burn disc to and then play the burn discs without any other modding. I was like, if you guys get this one in and you look at the under it and you see the number, can you guys give me a call? And they did give me a nice discount. Anyways, yeah, I want my GameStop to get a retro section. I would be extremely irresponsible with that kind of location that close to me. FF8 PC in the big box. I think... No, we didn't have either. I know I've seen it like in stores back in the day. With Chocobo World, I think it's missing from the remaster. Yeah, what they did in the remaster is Chocobo World is gone, but all of the items you can get from Chocobo World are can be found in Angelo's search. So, yeah, that's where all that stuff is now. Translation is less bad than FF7, applies to both English and French. Yeah, oh, I think both would have, like... That was more common back in the day where, like, the French and Spanish translations and all those other translations were based off English first and not, like, you know, not from Japanese to French, but Japanese to English to French. It's a crazy game of telephone. I feel like when people that speak Spanish talk about, like, I believe it's Spanish, the Spanish port of FF7, I feel really bad that they got handed that. Did I junction at all? God damn it. No, I did. I switched her with Zell, yeah. He's just been breezing through. What is up with this YouTube moderation stuff? Yeah, here, show that. Just hides random comments, but like, I don't want to turn, I need to like see if the moderation is adjustable. But it catches the most random messages. Not just old retro stuff, but anime movies. That's really sick. As a mini arcade, the closest arcade to me, and I mean arcade, I mean the old school cabinets of like Simpsons and TMNT. It's like 3 hours away. Live in the middle of nowhere. But also arcades are dead, so I guess that's not too big of a surprise. If it was an item that was only through the Pocket Station, it can now be found through Angelo's search, yes. That is how you obtain them now. You can 100% every item in the game without the Pocket Station in this version, or without playing Chocobo World in any capacity, since it's not there at all. His face is more rounded. I saw people call him younger. You know what it reminds me of? That whole situation? It reminds me of Tidus. And how Tidus in the FMVs of FF10, he doesn't look the same. He's a different damn character. So I guess I can relate in that way. Like, it's so different. Did I? Oh my god, I never got the battle meter. I don't think I did. Did I? I might have, actually. In the French version, there's an item called 9-inch nail. What's it in English? I think once we get outside here, right before Diablo, I'm gonna have to take a quick break. And then we will continue on. Like I said, I'm planning to go on to, when we get Irvine, that's how far I plan to go. I should check if I still have the storage capacity to go that far. Less on the Islander looking in the updates. I mean, if you see comparisons, like what I did in my video of it, like they had to remodel him. His facial structure is just completely different. Every character's is, but like Tidus and Yuna saw the biggest changes because they had the most original detail to them. It's a reference to a metal band not present in the English version. Oh, I see. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, his face in the FMVs is just completely different. Yeah, because it's not just like the storage for the recordings, but it's also the temporary files that my editing program will create. I still can't believe this auto-saving. Oops, oh well. 2 hours, wow. Alright, we're going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a few minutes. So thanks everyone for sticking around. We still got a lot of stream to go. So I'm going really far. And then, yeah, we'll be back in just a minute. Oop. Yeah, there we go. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. It was probably a necessary break, so welcome back, everyone. Whew. Let me see here. Let me just peruse my notes. Feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm saving how I should be, so... Did I put the game back right? Yes. Okay, so... Oh, right, let me check my hard drive space. Plenty. We got plenty of space. Okay. Let's get back to it. We can junction and do everything we want on these guys now. Because we're gonna have them in the party for a while. Design Doc did a decent video on the junction system. I had seen it. People didn't like FF8. That's why I was very interested in the re-release of FF8 now, because it's people going into it with a different expectation and mindset after all these years, and with such a controversial system of how the game functioned. I don't know, I just think it would be interesting to see how it works. And then there's the rest of the game afterwards. I want to... I need more cards. Oh wow, yeah, that's right. Everyone's already I already got all items, so that's useless. So alright, that's just items. I think it's like, all right, let me do my like refining. Let me do all my refining quick before I get off on another tangent. Well, yeah, fuck it. Let me just give it to everyone. Fuck it. I don't need to use the other cheat. Alright, well that's too slow. Oh my god, that just straight up gives it. That's hilarious. Nice. Man, this organization's... how many pages of items? Okay, let me go back. Like this. That's a lot better for holies. I have thoughts on materia system, junction system, gem system. Just let me get through this. Most of this is completely pointless, but because we already have Kiragas, so we don't regen? Oh, full life. Holy we got, death we got. Yeah, we got all that. Okay. Yeah, give everyone flare. Oh no, it's one at a time. There. Oops. What a waste. That was such a waste what I just did. Jeez. Oh, that's a lot better for flares. Oh, it's Lazara's. Here we go. I just realized it's going to everyone. Hold on, let me check something quick. Okay. Okay, all that, yeah, that's medicine. Ammo. I'll worry about that later. Tools. Yeah, that's not as useful now. And just making sure everyone's at 100, everyone's complete. I don't need to do any of that again. But what I will do is, I will go to here. I'm gonna turn back on max magic. I didn't even, like, I haven't messed with the other limit breaks. Yeah, that works. Okay, and... Oh, right, I just maxed everyone's magic out. Okay. So everyone has plenty of magic. Now we can, now everyone is junctioned to characters. Enough of them, at least. Oh, ability. And uses Berserk too. Nah, never mind. I figured Flare would just go higher, so okay. Tried to skip past the junctioning like it was a video or an LP. Yeah, it happens. I've tried to do the same thing. Streams are, I've streamed for like many years on Twitch at this point. It's like but usually when I stream on Twitch, it's a community channel, and I only have certain nights, so I don't get streams where I can take my time, you know? And it's really unfortunate, but we're almost done here. Actually, I can... Oh no, Quistis doesn't have anyone. Yeah, Quistis has nothing. Alright, that works. Oh shit, Selfie. Selfie not getting HP. Hold on, maybe I can fix that. Nope, I can't. Well, Selfie will be fine. I mean, it's not like it matters. It's gonna be Diablos right now. Wait, do I have 100 magic lamps? Oh, jeez, where are the magic lamps? Oh, God, I can't find the magic lamp. Oh, there it is, right at the end. Well, if I have all this attack, it probably doesn't matter that I use Demi on him back. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Alright, well, Selfie is going to use it. There. Atta girl. Well, she's tough. She can stick it out. Oh, nice. We're almost there. Oh yeah, what were we talking about before? Oh, is the oh, someone asked about the FMV compression, the one in the beginning. I don't know in which way you mean compressed. Like, do you mean video artifacts, like compression quality wise? Because that's actually every FMV in the game. What happened was, when they ported the game from PC, not port, but when they put the PC version on Steam, they upscaled the FMVs, right? They did a really poor job upscaling them though, and they ended up creating bitrate artifacts on it. So the FMVs that are in the Steam version and in this version are lower quality than the ones that are in the original PC version, basically. If you mean the thing where it's the timing is off, that's also been a thing since the PC version, yeah. And yeah, it is still off. They did not fix that. They prioritized, like, you know, these models and stuff, and like bugs. I think bug fixes was like their second priority. What was I doing? We just got Diablo. Okay. So, oops. I'm gonna do this. This. Do this again. So, who's, oh, there. Everything's coming up, Selfie. Getting the HP she finally deserves. Oh, and she had Holy on Magic. No wonder it was so good. Alright. Dark side. That's alright. Oh yeah, we were talking about that jump from the materia system to the junction system and gems in 9. It felt like to me like there's a phrase, right? Okay, no, wait. No, something happened with the open world model when we left the town earlier. This is not the same model. I don't know what happened, but the model is different, 100%. I swear I'm not crazy. The saying goes, when you master your craft, reinvent it, right? I felt like that was what their goal was with how they did things in 8. It felt like a safe time to experiment. They were at the top, you know? I've heard it from the people that have believed that things like levels in JRPGs or just RPGs in general are arbitrary. To me, it feels like some of the systems they incorporated into this game were like, why does this have to work this way? Why does magic have to go on a meter? I don't have like actual research or knowledge of how they inspired the systems at all. So I don't know. That is just like my interpretation of it. But I mean, by 10, they just didn't have levels anymore. I think it was just really interesting that like from the jump to 8 and how radically different 8 is in a lot of ways. And then Final Fantasy IX was like mechanically as safe as they could play it, with still some like changes to it. Like how summons work and oh, what is it? Phoenix Down, or like when you revive teammates works. At least, you know, in Final Fantasy VII, where you like had a limit of how many times you can do a summon or an AoE magic in a turn. Like that was pretty arbitrary. I'll give them that. Oh, Selphie needs to heal now. There you go. I'm gonna be very annoyed if it comes a time when there are a few times where the game just takes all of your stuff off and you have to put it back on. It can be annoying with the dream sequences. After this dream sequence, we gotta put Quistis in the party. Because the next dream sequence is gonna swap to her, and I get really annoyed having to do all that managing again. Because sometimes it puts the magic on other characters. It's not a simple like switch. If no one knows exactly what I'm talking about, it's probably not making sense. Anyways, so I think it's really interesting that like it felt like the gem system had like in 9 had like pulled minute things from 8. I don't know how to put it. But you know, 9 was safe as hell. I think like the one thing that was like mediocre about 9's combat was the trance system and how you can't control it. And I think it's really cool how in this game you can have so much control over your limit breaks. I think that's a really nice thing that's about this game. Maybe it's like, I love 9 by the way. If anyone dropped in and hasn't seen my video of it, but 9's my favorite, and I'm gonna skip these. Oh wait, no, we can do like 1-hit damage. Normally I skip these because these monsters are annoying. But you know, I don't think the combat system in 9 gets the job done, you know? That's about it. It is solid, but it's not, you know, substantial. And I don't think it needs to be. I enjoy 9 for a lot of different reasons than the combat. Nah, I don't feel like it. Let's get out. And then at the same time, I love Final Fantasy XII because of, especially now with the Switch and Xbox One versions where you can just respec when you want. There's like a lot of creativity to how you build and put two jobs together. And then I'm still working on 10. So I'll have to get back on that at another date. I just enjoy a system that can like, I don't know. I feel like I'm almost throwing together buzzwords on accident, because I'm not sure if, like, well, I like a system that is like flexible and can reward creativity, you know, and has depth to it. But like then there's the issue of balancing that with challenge. And then like, well, look at Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 has depth that most people that play it will never touch. And people will never touch on the depth in 15 because you don't have to. I love 15 too. I think 15 is fun. But you don't have to touch on its depth. You don't have to know how Noctis's combos work. You don't have to ever explore how all of the other boys play. You ever get like glitched videos using shadow play? Not like substantially. If I ever have issues, I would look at the forums and see if others are having the same issues, because sometimes it's just like that version of shadow play. But like, you know what I get? I get Shadowplay for me does not work with full screen games because it'll flicker, and it'll do this inconsistent flicker all throughout the recording. I always record in borderless window because of that. Kept dying until magicked everything. That's one way to do it. Magic was like weird in that game, but it was also really powerful. But no, yeah, there was a lot you can do in 15. It's just that like none of the base game really pushes it. In one of the DLC fights that they added post-launch though in the base game, I forgot who she was. It's like a Medusa boss. They added her, and she had like a mechanic to her fight. And she was the most fun boss fight in Final Fantasy 15, and she was DLC because she had a required mechanic to beat her. You know, all those like link strikes and blind strikes, you don't have to ever like utilize them as much. Yeah, definitely Materia had creativity. Yeah, there was creativity to Materia. And 8 felt more like a chore to actually get things creative with. There was more required to do it, that's true. The card game, not even the card game, but the card system. I have always thought about this, and I'm not sure if No, I was planning on doing something about this with Final Fantasy 15. If they ever released the Luminous Engine tools like they said they were going to. But it looks like that's never happening. But I was always thinking, like, you know what they did with, like, the Zodiac Age? I think the Royal Edition of Final Fantasy 15 should have heavily rebalanced combat. Like, there's a... Don't we have to sit back down? Here. Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't it sit me back down? In 15, you have ways of managing your spacing. You have ways of backing up. If you lean in with the analog stick, it's like analog based or like directional based combos in FF15. And depending on which one you do, it manages your spacing with like backing up or sidestepping or going in or doing air combos. What if there was just enemies that, utilize that? Or more enemies that forced you to use the other characters? Like, don't make it, like, pointlessly more difficult. Just require, like, you approach a field of enemies, and you know how to deal with some of them. Require doing certain ways. But of course, that may leave room for, like, some trial and error. The monsters would have to be designed around telegraphing their weaknesses. Some of them do that, like enemies with armor that you can break. Machines, obviously, like in every Final Fantasy. Trying to see if that fixes it. Oh, with like doing borderless windowed? Yeah, try that. Yeah, I heard Nomura's only working on 7 games at the moment, and he's going crazy because of it. I hope he's okay. There is an active movement in Japan now to eliminate crunch. I don't know how good of a job Square is doing with it. Actually, I don't think Square's ever made a statement about it. I think Capcom made a statement recently about it, though. About crunch at Capcom and trying to promote a healthy work environment. Sakurai has said that with his work, it's come down significantly. The thing is, though, it's so, like, ingrained in the culture. Like, Tabata, 15's director, back before 15, he was, he would say in interviews how crazy how crazy you had to work at Square, and it wasn't like bad-mouthing Square, it was just like, yeah, that's how it is. He's like, you guys know how it is to work in extreme conditions like that and then go, well, it's worth it for the end product. It's severe, but it's toned down. Nintendo's crunch with, what, Pokemon and Creatures Inc.? And Creatures does, like... Creatures is responsible for the modeling and also animating, are they? At the very least, that's a fuck ton of work in its own right. That's right, we are getting these Pokemon games a lot closer to each other. Hey, speaking of, Sakurai just tweeted about the Direct. Oh shit, yeah, Sakurai retweeted the Direct. He quote retweeted it. You know what that means. I wish they would take their time with Pokemon. That's what they need to do, is they need to take their damn time with it. They have all of these spin-off games happening. Let them fill in the void before the next game. Like, put more time into it. Yes. Yeah, because it was following up Let's Go, because Let's Go was so close, like, Right behind Sword and Shield. Another Smash character is gonna be revealed. It is, at least in likeliness, that Banjo is super close to releasing. So, if Banjo is close, then I think the next character announcement is too. I think it would make sense that the next character is announced tomorrow, and then the final character is announced like at the VGAs. Where'd my drink go? Oh my god. I never brought my drink up. Oh my god, I can't believe myself. Give me 1 minute. I forgot my drink. Oh my god, it's melted. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I get a drink and then leave it downstairs? Why did I put it down? Man. I haven't slept in an extremely long time. Oh yeah, and here I am judging others for crunch. But like after I'm done with this session, after we get to Irvine, I'm going to do my best to pass out. But yeah, I've enjoyed the pacing of this game, of how Disc 1 goes a lot. You weren't thirsty, really. My throat says otherwise. How come you haven't slept? I have been editing the video, the port review, when I last woke up. And I was editing it all the way until the midnight release of the remaster, so I could record it. And since then, I have recorded the Switch version, PS4, Xbox One, and took a break to take care of some other things in the real world, and then here I am. And then when I wake up, I'll be able to edit. I have all my notes written down, and the rest of the video will get done. But I just wanted to get the, video out in an efficient time. I don't know if it's gonna be, ready tomorrow. I doubt it. But, by the end of the week, definitely. Yeah, break's almost here. Again, I didn't play this far in, the Xbox or PS4 versions. Actually, it was right up to here where I played up to. They did a really good job of like homogenizing the quality of the different versions of the remaster. I think doing this stream and seeing this version has had the most like quirks to it. This PC version has the most quirks going on. And the difference, really the differences in the other versions have been like, the Switch isn't 1080p. And I don't know what the Xbox One version is doing, but I think I'm just going off my TV. I would have to put the footage next to each other. I think the Xbox version looks better than the PS4 version. I'm not sure why, but... Throat is killing me now. How's it like going through all the footage on projects like these? When I heavily enjoy the game, it's a lot of fun. I haven't really done a game I haven't enjoyed. Well, I was always iffy on FF10, but going through the beginning, the first couple hours of FF10, like 5 times, it started to warm up on me. I enjoy it. It's especially manageable with Final Fantasy games, because like I was trying to say in the beginning of the stream, these games always hit you hard in their openings. Yeah, since it's more like the team that makes Smash is more Sakurai and a team at Bandai Namco. I don't need to sing, yeah. I think the best like recording experience has been with Final Fantasy XII. I can't explain it. I just get pure joy out of being in Ivalice and in that world and exploring it. Even if I'm doing literally the same thing in like a bunch of different versions. I don't know what it is. It's just a nice world. And that's definitely the one I put the most time into since the video of. Because those are all those games except 12 are now on my backlog. I did like the majority of content in 12. I stopped near some of the last super bosses. I was like, yeah, I'm good now. I played 12 until I didn't want to play it anymore. Now I'm working on 10, and then after I finish 10, back to 7. But that's gonna take so long because I just don't have the time to, you know, play all that shit in my off time. 12 hasn't gone on sale in a while. Yeah, depending on where you're looking, like, the PS4 version definitely goes on sale the most, but it's lacking features. This part always makes me nervous, because I don't fully understand it. I just kind of do it. I have just not been down when either of them are nearby when you're putting the code in, and it's always worked out. So it's like, all right, cool, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is how. So this is how the codes are supposed to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. In the Switch version, it reverses A, B, X, and Y. So you can imagine how that looks. It's not too big of a deal because the numbers are always shown to you. So you just memorize the code and then look over there. But when I see the numbers in order like this, I just know 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have to look back at the numbers. The Switch version annoyingly has them swapped. Fuck, I coughed. I wasn't looking. I really had to cough. Let's make sure I'm still good, yeah. Explained it again. We good? No, it's safe. Top 5 Final Fantasy games, 9, 6, 7, 4, 12, 10, 7, 4. It's a big order. But I have a list that is undecided as well. Aside from like, well, when I replay 9, I'm reminded why it's my favorite, but 12 is so lovable, 7, hard to pick. For me, 15, but the difference mostly is I didn't go into 15 with like the expectations most had. I hadn't seen any of like that content beforehand. Considered what was cut. I feel like I'm a person that doesn't question a story enough, and therefore I don't find flaws in them. kind of, what is it? I can't think of the word. Grounded, I guess. Because when I think of Arden, I know what I think of Arden as a villain, but it's really hard to explain Arden to anyone else. Because I think of the villain he should have been rather than the villain he was, although his last DLC was still cool. I need to cough again, but I also have to enter these codes. Oh, that's cool. It swaps between them. I did not think this version would do that. I did not think the PC version would swap between the inputs like that. Like it used to. That's awesome. Or rather, it's neat. I don't know what the benefit of it is. Did you guys know you can move in this FMV? I had so much fun discovering this. Yeah, the Royal Edition was a good time to jump into 15. That was like basically its international version. So, with the way they like filled out the ending and shit, good calls. Five codes, let's do it. Get one in. Shit. Damn. Ah, it's nothing. Fuck my rank. Alright, let's just double your time. Worst issue of 12 is villain motivations all over the place. The fan poll decided? Hold on, let me focus on these codes first. Ooh, get out, get out. Out there, Bosch is the hero. Well, neither of them are the hero. Ash is the main protag. Wait, I want to go back. I get what you mean, like, if I think about it with the antagonist. That's probably what I'm talking about, though, is like, I get what he's doing. It's like, okay, no more questions asked. I'm too goddamn simple. And then when there is motivation, it blows me away. Like with Final Fantasy XIV. Man, Shadowbringers. Oh, is this is the part that just, yep, they're gone. Except Squalls. Was he a full life and like flare? It's probably flare. So unnecessary to remove them from me. Oh wow, I did not set the abilities before. Whoops. 80%, holy shit. Oh yeah, here was something. I forgot to talk about it with Diablo. But I read this idea someone had about, like, you know, there's a cheat now to just turn on no encounters. Someone proposed an idea of what if, like, for Diablos, they changed encounter none to, like, encounter rare, so that instead of no encounters, you are just raising the chances of rarer enemies? Something like that. I thought, yeah, that's a functional idea. If they really wanted to just replace, you know, encounter none, since it's a built-in cheat you can toggle at any time. Oh, wait, it was hit. Oh, it's already at 98. Well, I can go higher. Oops. How high can we push it, though? Not like it ever matters at this point, but... okay. I feel like I read about that with Vaughn and like it was like a myth, or I'm thinking of some other thing with Vaughn. Ash is the most important, like, of the party in the story. And Vaughn's like entire purpose is more to provide someone that Ash Vaughn and Pinello. They're almost like functioning reminders of what she's working for. I don't know. There's a lot. You write up a whole essay about it. That sounds like more like it decided the playable character. But I mean, that's another thing, like, I don't know. It's like a bit of symbolism, I guess. During my whole playthrough, I saved every single cutscene of someone telling Vaughn to shut up, or just like, like telling him to fuck off. Every single instance of it. Do I have a here? Oh right, I gotta wait for it. They're gonna kill him in one shot, so let's wait. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. With Vaughn feeling inserted. Yeah. I do see what you mean, yeah. And with not being part of the main story, yeah. That's how he was. Good crit. Whoosh. Man, how much further do I have to go? Gonna be in Timber. And then we, go for the garden. Yeah, it's not that much far. I'm gonna, like, kick my feet up. Vaughn went through several personality changes over the course of development. Originally written as a rugged, world-worn character, or reconsider the demographic, right? I remember reading that in interviews that with Final Fantasy XII, they had a purpose to not play favorites with their favorite characters in the the playable characters. And then the person they were interviewing said, "Well, I like Balthier anyways." But that was like something they tried to do. And for the most part, they, succeeded. I feel, at least. And you know what game fucked up that archetype in, like, the good way and just, like, said to hell with it, to hell with, like, even a shonen protagonist? That was, Tales of Vesperia. I love Tales of Vesperia. Yeah, I got good news, lads. I'm getting tired. Oh shit. Okay, why is our HP at 9,000? Oh, right, the the HP plus 80% thing, potentially. Oh, yeah, not yet. Gotta pick up the book. You made it 9,000. I certainly did. I'm not even gonna read these pet pals. Oh man. I just realized after all this talking, I have to talk tomorrow for recording all this. And now I'm thinking with how much my throat hurts right now, I should probably not keep talking and I should probably end this stream soon so that I have a voice to speak with tomorrow. I don't even think it's as much as that. I think it's I keep coughing. I think it's allergies. Either way, my throat's been getting fucked up this whole stream. Oh, God. It's all like, I'm starting to feel it. I think I should like legit stop here so I have my throat for tomorrow. Let me catch up though. Building the PS4 remake, Zodiac Age, the developers talked about what Vaughn will be like in 10 years after 12. He's probably very cool now in 12. He's a weak boy, he's not very reliable. Grown up to be cooler than Balthier. 10, really? I just gotta get through it more. This would be what is it? The next save thing. Stop there. I don't need to buy the things. Is this the remaster? Yes, it is. I am gonna buy these things in case I need more footage. Never mind, I already have 100 of those. Forgot about that. Oh, there were some file things I was curious about. Okay, yeah, let me, fuck. Let me get to the next save thing, and then after I get to that save, I'm gonna look at a few file things about the game. I know mods don't work, but I want to look at how the save files are structured. I want to see if the save files are the same as the previous PC versions. I love Renoa's weapon. Alright. Oh, right. I always just came into here to look around. Well, the dialogue's funny, so I'll stick to that. And this is probably a good room for comparison because of how blurry it can be. Oh boy. My throat. Yeah, but yeah, I guess before things end off, I'm really hoping that, you know, I gave my opinion on a lot of these things about this version, but I'm still gonna, you know, do my best to present it how it is. So we'll see how I do if I hit the nail on the head with that. Amazing. Oh my god. Almost there. There's right behind that door is the next save spot. Oh wait, I wasn't looking. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, it's always funny when the characters are in their weak state and they just fall back down. There we go. And if I... Oh, yeah, what am I thinking? No, yeah, I'm gonna continue off stream. Just, you know, continue off stream and not talk anymore. But, let me look at how the save file structure works. Go ahead and hide this in OBS. Yeah. Let's see. Probably saves to C, users, me, documents, my games, I mean Square Enix. No, maybe it is my games. It is. Steam. Let me compare how these folder structures look. I am just curious. Yeah, the save files are the same. Tempting. Worry about that another time. Alright, so thanks everyone for tuning in for this recording session. I'm gonna have the full port review up hopefully later this week. But I hope for anyone that enjoys stream content enjoyed the look at it. I am certainly glad I let myself vent and get a lot of things off my chest and just talk and discuss about the game and everything going on around it. It was a good time. But yeah, I'm gonna continue on my own silently, focus in, get the rest done as soon as possible. And yeah, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Be sure to look out for the video later this week. When another stream happens though, I don't know, but we'll see. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you all next time.